You're watching tonight on News Central. I am Adeshawa Josh. We've been discussing the latest twist in the political crisis of Rivers State, the crisis between the legislative and the executive arm of government, which has taken an expected turn as members of the State House of Assembly have formally accused Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy Ngozi of gross misconduct. I would like to unpack the story, and joining me in the studio is Jide Ologun, a constitutional lawyer, and Dr. Victor Okhai, a political analyst who joins me remotely from Lagos. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Mr. Ologun, I'm going to start with you. This was expected, wasn't it? What do you make of the allegations?
Absolutely, because after the decision of the Supreme Court, the governor came out to say he was ready to toe the line of the decisions, and one of the steps he took was to recall the chairman of the local government areas, to reverse the election that took place. And he has also attempted, in line with the 48-hour given to him by the Amawule-led House of Assembly members, to represent the budget. But reportedly, from the side of the governor, the House of Assembly was not available to receive him to make that presentation. And he has vehemently communicated his willingness and readiness to toe the line of the rule of law in ensuring peace in the land. And then, as at yesterday, we started reading counter report from the members of the House of Assembly led by Amawule that it's the governor himself that has been trying to frustrate the effort. So you cannot really tell what exactly is happening, though in the course of this, there were comments passed by former Governor Wike, now the Federal Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, saying that if Fubara is impeached, heaven will not fall. So, and many have perceived and have suspected that there may be a strong attempt by the House of Assembly members to impeach the governor in line with Section 188 of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended. And that is what started playing out now by the allegations that have been rolled out against him. Before
you, just hold that thought for me, and before I bring you in, Dr. Okhai, let's quickly listen to the Rivers State Assembly speak on this issue.
Distinguished colleagues, it is with reference to acts of gross misconduct in the performance of the functions of the office of the governor by His Excellency Sir Siminalayi Fubara, GSSROS, Governor of Rivers State. Distinguished colleagues, this particular letter addressed to me as the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, pursuant to, or rather in compliance with Section 188 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, was received by me on Friday, the 14th day of March 2025. Honorable members, having received this communication, we are all aware of the provisions of the Constitution, which is why I felt I should bring it here so that members will know that I'm in receipt of this particular letter.
I mean, I would like to ask you to react to that statement, but just hold your thoughts. Let me quickly bring in Dr. Okhai, who I'm guessing you're clearly not surprised at the move, the political move in Rivers State right now. Are there any political maneuvers left for Fubara's team to wriggle out of this dilemma?
I think the last part of your question.
I said, are there any political maneuvers left for Fubara and his team to wiggle out of this dilemma?
Well, first of all, what is happening now was always going to happen, because that was the end game in the script that Wike and his team, led by the Speaker and members of the House of Assemblies, have been playing out. We have had leaders and elders from Rivers State in recent times, and people from the pricks also threatened. The truth is that the governor is the choice of the people put him there, not the members of the House of Assembly. Not even Wike has purported. Wike may have nominated him, but at the end of the day, the people that voted him, whether or not there is any manipulation, the people have come to accept him. And it is clear that the people on the street want Governor Fubara. And I don't think even the federal government should take lightly the threat that is coming from the pricks about what may happen if Fubara is removed. And Fubara understands this, and he's playing cool as he has always done from the beginning. He had attempted, I would say he attempted, but I think in sympathy, the chief judge, who is supposed to be in receipt of the impeachment notice, has sort of gone, not away, but tried to find an excuse not to be on seat so that he will not be in receipt of the petition. But it's obvious that they are very determined, and we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. But what is playing out right now, clearly, is not going to be in favor of any of the parties unless they find a peaceful way to resolve it. Clearly, I can tell you this, the people are with Fubara, and because they are with him, it's not going to be a walking or a stroll in the park.
Dr. Okhai, just hang in there for me. Let me quickly turn to Mr. Ologun here in the studio. Talk us through Section 188 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which appears to be the legal premise with which the lawmakers have instituted these allegations, basically saying, we, the majority, have decided you've committed this offense. What's supposed to happen next? Because we heard him, that's Martin Amawule, in that speech just a couple of minutes ago.
You know, the allegations will be presented by 1/3 of the House of Assembly, and the Speaker will forward this to the governor, and this time around the deputy governor to respond to it. And whether the governor responds or not, a motion will have to be moved in the House, I think about 2/3 of the membership, to constitute an investigative panel to investigate these allegations, because as at now they are just allegations. And the chief judge, we have to constitute that, and that is why his position is very crucial here. And
the chief judge?
Yeah, the chief judge of the state. And these, those who will be in the panel are people of good reputation, who are not civil servants, who are not in any political party. And when they carry out their investigations and come to the conclusion that the governor, and the deputy governor are guilty of this gross misconduct, then the matter will be returned to the House of Assembly for the impeachment. And let me say this, it's about 8 steps that are involved. And you cannot go to court in respect of an impeachment, but you can go to court in respect of the procedures. So it's not going to be an easy thing. In fact, when this panel is constituted, they have about 3 months to conclude their investigation. So it's not an easy thing, but that is not to say some governors have not been impeached in Nigeria. You had Ayodele Fayose of Ekiti State in 2006. You talk about Peter Obi in Anambra State in the same 2006, for gross misconduct. That of Ayodele was about corruption. You talk about Joshua Dariye of Plateau State. You talk about Rashidi Ladoja for your state. You talk about Murtala Nyako. And in fact, as far back as 1981, Balarabe Musa was impeached as a governor because his party was in the minority in the House of Assembly. Right. So it's possible that a governor is impeached. But the case of Rivers State is a very peculiar one, particularly considering the volatility.
Let me quickly chip in here, because you did say it's not going to be easy, it might take a while. But these lawmakers are also citing Section 188, subsection 3 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, that within 14 days of the presentation of the notice to the Speaker of the House of Assembly, irrespective of the response to the allegations, that the House of Assembly shall resolve by motion, without any debate, whether or not the allegation shall be investigated.
I mentioned
what does that mean?
And that will lead to asking the chief judge to constitute that panel to investigate.
And it will take months.
Exactly.
Maybe.
And you know, in civic study, we studied the checks and balances, the three arms of government. But like I said, the procedure of impeaching a governor is not easy, but it is obvious in Rivers State that it's a battle of political titans.
Dr. Okhai, let me quickly bring you here. We're talking majority, we're talking those in minority. You had mentioned some past governors of certain states who were impeached. Just out of curiosity, do we know what has befallen the four lawmakers loyal to Fubara, the ones he presented the 2024 and 2025 budget to?
Okay, I'll speak from one perspective. Quite frankly, I've not heard much from them. Obviously, their numbers are speaking because they obviously are like in a minority at the moment, especially since the other lawmakers have been restored in the manner of speaking. So not much is being heard from them. But we have to wait. The truth is that they're not the ones that are, they cannot make, they cannot make any impact in what is going on right now because they're clearly outnumbered. So the only thing that can happen is that apart from whatever manipulations can be made through the judiciary, and when I say manipulation, I say so respectfully because I think that the people of Rivers clearly are not in support of what is going on. And anybody in a position there would not want to encourage, except those, of course, that would not want to encourage what is going on. So, but what will determine this, quite frankly, is the streets, the people that have voted for the governor. And Wike has said nothing will happen. There might be a political miscalculation there.
Right. Okay, I have to wrap up this conversation because there's a lot to unpack, clearly. But final word from both of you. Do you have any political predictions on how this will end, Dr. Okhai?
Yes. They will attempt to want to go through with it, but in the end, whether Supreme Court or no Supreme Court, those 24 lawmakers may pay a very big price for the chaos they are bringing upon the state.
Thank you for your thoughts. Mr. Ologun, the legal implications of an impeachment proceeding?
It's constitutional, but how easy it will be, particularly with the stakeholders' interests, is another thing. And I just want to advise the people of Rivers State to borrow a leaf from Lagos State. There was crisis in the Lagos State House of Assembly, and what the leadership of the party did was to invite them to Abuja, at least to resolve it and restore peace while the matter is still on in the judiciary. So I doubt if anybody is going to benefit from the crisis that may explode in Rivers State, even though Wike is saying that heaven will not fall if Fubara is impeached. Because right now the Ikore people have been pitched against the Ijaw people. So we need to be very careful. And there are two approaches, the judiciary, the political aspect. So I'm advising that the peace lovers in that region should be proactive in managing what is on the front burner now.
We're going to have to leave it there for now. We know the story keeps moving at News Central. We'll keep our eye on it. Thank you so much. Jide Ologun, constitutional lawyer, and Dr. Victor Okhai, a political analyst. Thank you, gentlemen,
for
coming tonight.